This video is about how in an organization or in any kind of a social system, how do we miss the big picture? Now, in any organization or in any kind of a system or a society, there are people who are traditionals and there are people who are challengers. Now, what do we mean by traditionals? These are the people who provide stability, these are the people who provide predictability, and these are the people who ensure survival of an organization. In a very essential sense, these are the people who are running an existing system, who are running an existing organization and are responsible for its survival, profitability, and existence. And then there are people who are the challengers. Now, challengers are the people who are imaginative about a certain future, who are questioning the status quo, and challengers are essentially the minority group who are anticipating a different future, trying to challenge the traditionals to establish some sort of a majority base for themselves. And this situation of traditional versus challengers provide us with 5 very interesting inflection points. The first situation is right here, where let's say the point of view of the traditionals are dominating a conversation and the challengers' voices are minimized. That at best leads to an evolution of a system or a growth within a certain construct. In an organization kind of a setting, it would mean that the voices of people who are currently in charge are being more dominated. Their way is being followed a little more than the challengers. The challengers' voices are being shunned out, and that is evolution of a certain thought process. At the other end of this is a situation where, let's say, the challengers are able to have their way out and minimize the traditionals' voices, and that at best defines a revolution within a society or an organization. The third point is a situation where neither the challengers or the traditionals are able to resolve their differences, so to say, or even willing to talk about it. And that kind of leads to a stagnation or a death of an organization or a societal system. Now, the very interesting part of about all of this evolution, revolution, and stagnation is that the evolution revolution provides a distributive dimension. The challenges of today can at best become traditionals of tomorrow, or the traditionals will then become the challengers, and they keep having a situation where either of them are distributive across this dimension of evolution and revolution. The stagnation presents us with a protective dimension, that everyone, in order to protect their base, end up in a very lose-lose kind of a situation, and they're now in a stagnating situation. None of this triangle presents a big picture, because the traditionals can become challengers, the challengers can become traditionals, or they can both stagnate and they can revolve around this mechanism, which is what really happens in organizations, that you'll have a voice and you'll have a dissenting voice and they will fight amongst themselves, or the conflict isn't resolved, and they keep into this circle of evolution, revolution, and stagnation. And it's not a big picture, because there is nothing new that's coming in. They're just positions being swapped for one or the other. Now, the fifth dimension in this circle is where it is not traditional versus challengers, but it's traditionals and challengers. Can there be a mechanism where the concerns of the tradition are taken into account, where the concerns of the challengers are taken into account? Can there be a culture of a dialogue where these differences lead to a win-win situation, because only there is an opportunity of creation or a holistic dimension. The whole of nature works in this manner, that there is not one versus the other, but there is one with the other, and as a result, they're able to capture something, or they're able to create something which is actually a creation and not an evolution or a revolution. And this is the big picture. Can there be a mechanism to have a dialogue where we can actually reach to the big picture? Unfortunately, in our societies and in our politics, if you see, there is no possibility of a creation, because we're too busy between evolution and revolution. Is your organization missing the big picture? Are you missing the big picture? Are you busy in your fight between the evolution and the revolution, where we're not able to develop a culture where we can actually lead to a creation?